Hey, Royal Family, welcome to my General Hospital Daytime Drama channel. I am your hostess, the Daytime Drama Queen. I have some more of the comments that you guys took your time to send in. Thank you. And now let's get into it. Keisha writes, I'm so over GH. They had all summer to give us some good Springer content. I wouldn't even watch. Oh, I like Dex, but not with Joss. Hope him and Christina hook up. Thank you for your comments, Keisha. Yeah, GH did waste a whole summer without giving us any Springer content. I don't think together in total time that Springer had 20 minutes on the screen this past summer. And Dex would hook up with Christina. That would be very interesting. Can you imagine the cat fight between Christina and Joss? Thank you. Tamika Brown says, I love Trina and Spencer together. He looks so happy when he is with Trina. He felt so uncomfortable with Esme. They should have stuck with the old Christina. Thank you for your comments, Tamika. I noticed Spencer looking uncomfortable when Esme revealed that pink bikini. Spencer's look was like, girl, please. And I think they should have stuck with the old replacement Molly instead of the new Molly. I can't get with her. Thank you. Lula Allen says, Queen, this was a good review and GH was good today. I want to see how Sam and Cody get Sasha out this mess. This doctor is a nightmare and Sasha is suffering. Thank you so much for your comment, Lula. Sam and Cody can go to Sunny, or Sam could tell Dante and have Dante contact a medical professional board and have that Ferncliff investigated. Thank you. Sandra Cathy writes, the storyline was real good, like a mini movie. NAC and TA, Nicholas Alexander Chavez and Tabiana Ali worked that storyline, every emotional twist and turn. Perfect acting together. They are so good together, brave, smart, tender in their loving on each other approach. Thank you so much for your comment, Sandra. Sandra, apparently the writers at GH don't see what the fans are seeing. It seems like they try to separate Springer at every turn by injecting someone else in their mix or not giving them enough screen time at all. LE writes, thank you for the overview. I am getting so tired of how they are gaslighting Sasha. Why would a doctor risk his license to do that to Sasha and to help Gladys? They need to drop this storyline quickly. It and Esme are getting on my last nerve. Thank you so much for your comments, Ellie. Ellie, I think the writers are writing their horrible script for Sasha so she can take time off on maternity leave. She will probably be committed to a hospital until she gets back to work on GH. And the doctor, as for that doctor, I think that he's in debt to Selena Wu and that Gladys is paying his bills for him to keep Sasha in a state of stupor while she plunders Sasha's assets. Thanks for your comment. Nikki Phillips writes, my heart goes out to Sasha. She also says, what I don't understand is why Trina is allowing this to happen. What female will allow their man to stay with another woman? That was crazy to me. In the first place, he's the brother, not the father. And why is Trina all of a sudden catering to her mom? She always had boundaries and spoke her mind. and she would never ever allow anyone to tell her who her friends or boyfriend should be. And let's talk about Spencer. Where the hell is Spencer? This is not the Spencer I know. He's totally different. And why is he allowing her back in his orbit after everything she's done? And Esme is living her best life with no regard of what she's done. It's like we are supposed to forget it. That's crazy to me. 3 years we waited, and this is what we have to look forward to. I hate how Trina has to act. She is a strong, young, beautiful woman who needs to find a man worthy of her and her alone. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. Stop running around, Spencer, and God, stop kissing Esme's A. Now, I was happy that Trina will work at Ava's gallery. Now she needs a man, and I'm talking about a handsome, tall man that will cherish her to the fullest. Sprina was my couple, but what's going on now? Trina deserves better. Thank you so much for your comment, Nikki. Nikki, it couldn't be me. Ain't no way my man is going to live with another woman. Period. As for Trina, I think she's trying to appease Portia because of Curtis's condition. But once Portia slips up and Trina finds out what she's doing behind the scenes, that's a curtain call for Portia. Trina will disown her. Thank you for commenting. Dorothy Lindsay says, you are exactly right. Thanks. Spencer did look uncomfortable, like he was saying, what fresh hell, just like he did when he looked in the safe deposit box with Trina. The writers and FV Frank Valentini really should be ashamed with how they are doing Trina and Spencer. Instead, they are putting the slithering snake Esme to be all up in Spencer's orbit. They have let Esme be in the pool with Ace. Sprina should have gotten out, and him and Trina still could have been together, but that would have been too much like right. Personally, it shows exactly what FV Frank Valentini is doing, and as long as he has the power of the pen, it does not matter what the other characters think. They have to follow their scripts, and it is sickening, and it shows, and is very sad. Thank you so much for your comment, Dorothy. Frank, if I were you, I would be getting out of town right about now. You have so many people disapproving the way the direction of Sprina is going, and Sprina has brought in the ratings and has piqued people interest. I don't get it myself. You act like a glutton for punishment, and you keep injecting Esme in the Sprina storyline. Can't you pair her up with somebody else? Thank you for commenting, Dorothy. Lucy Lennon writes, the Sasha torture storyline is out of control. Each episode is worse than the last. That evil doctor must be stopped. Cody needs to tell everything he knows about Gladys's gambling addiction and her taking Sasha's money. Thank you so much for that, Lucy. Lucy, Why is Cody keeping his mouth shut on what Gladys is doing to Sasha? Gladys doesn't have anything over his head. That's just another example of the poor writing. They're just stalling with this storyline. All Cody has to do is to disclose what Gladys is doing, and she will be put in jail for probably embezzlement of Sasha's funds. Thank you, Lucy. Cindis Christ writes, "It wasn't much of a kiss at all. It was barely a peck. And it wasn't much of a conversation either. They had better talks and better kisses in the past. Then Esme took off her cover up and revealed the pink bikini, and I think Spencer liked it." Thank you so much for your comments, Cindis. Cindis, in that episode, Trina referred to herself as Spencer's girlfriend right in front of his face. And Spencer said, I believe he said to Ace, "She's hot, isn't she?" And when Esme removed her cover, Spencer was like, as I said before, "Girl, please, girl, bye." Thank you for commenting. Sonia Metz says the whole Esme always being present whenever they give Sprina some token time is becoming tedious and becoming a repetitive bore. What part of the fans repeatedly complaining about the constant evil Esme blunder do you writers not understand? Your storyline for Sprina is barely there because you have literally shelved them so you can throw evil Esme in the face of the fans. If you writers insist on disrespecting what Sprina fans represent to GH's popularity and continued viability, we can always boycott you. If your goal in hiring the temporary writers was to prevent GH from taking, as one of your female executive producers has stated, you are doing a very poor job of portraying your super couple Sprina in the respectable manner that they should be portrayed. I understand that GH was respectively number 3 and number 4 in the ratings for the last 2 months. How about you give Sprina proper screen time to maximize their love story? Your treatments and portrayal of Sprina since the Haunted Star story ended has been atrocious because you are so focused on promoting crazy psychotic Esme. How about some respect for Sprina and their powerful fan base? Long live Sprina. Woo! Thank you for your comments, Sonia. I just got through expressing how every time Sprina is around, here comes Esme, and it has become repetitive. No one wants to see it. They need to find another storyline for Esme. So someone suggested maybe maybe she can go with what's his name, Dex. The Esme storyline and the other storylines are tanking GH, and the writers don't appear to care, because if they did care, they would revamp the storylines and to get them moving to generate more views. Back in February, when Spencer and Trina were together, GH was actually the number 1 soap opera in the ratings. When Esme reappeared on the scene, the ratings started to take a dive. And Sonia, I agree with you. GH is disrespecting the fans. No matter what we say and how we complain, they will not unite Spencer and Trina together. Thank you for your comment. Desmond Walker replied, "Beautifully and eloquently spoken. I couldn't agree more." She also says maybe FV Frank Valentini should be replaced like they did with the executive producer of Days of Our Lives. Thank you so much for your comment, Desma. I wrote Sonia and informed her that Frank Valentini was once the executive producer of the defunct One Life to Live, and he brought some of the same characters over with him to General Hospital. At the time One Life to Live was canceled, Frank was the executive producer. So if he allowed that sink to ship, he doesn't need to be at the helm of GH. They need to replace him and take some of the boring people that he brought with him. Thank you. Bev Doc Tab wrote, Esme acting like a gutter snipe. Thank you for your comment, Bev. Yeah, I peeked that. She revealed her cover thinking that Spencer was gonna jump her bones at the pool, just doing anything she can to win him away from Trina. That's pitiful. Leanne Christian stated, agreed. It's like watching the same episode over and over again. How many times have you seen as me to get clothes and play house with Spencer? How many times has Spencer encouraged Trina to be with her needy mother? It's the same dialogue, just a different episode. Really feel GH should just break up Sprina. I mean, why not? They have wasted 2 years building this couple up, only to now have the odds stacked against them. The Sprina storyline is predictable and boring. I predicted exactly 2 seconds of screen time for those two, with Esme interrupting, and that's exactly what happens. I laugh at how bad and twisted the storyline has become. It's almost as if Frank Valentini is trying to anger fans. Thank you so much for your comments, Leanne. We keep hearing the same comment over and over. Frank Valentini and his terrible choices. Frank, you wouldn't have a job if it were not for the fans. Maybe that's your goal, to pull GH off the air like you did with One Life to Live. Thanks for your comments, Leanne. Nikki Phillips writes, one more thing I want to add. When Trina had her bathing suit on, when they went to the pool, Spencer did not look at her the way he looked at Esme, and I find that to be nauseating. Thank you for your comments, Nikki. I interpreted Spencer's look when Esme removed her cover as one of disgust. He like, oh, again, girl, please. He knows what she's trying to do. He has no interest in Esme whatsoever. Sandra Cathy writes, yes, I'm sick of class slithering snake Esme, the same humdrum hot mess. That pool prank that Esme pulled, taking off her cover up to show the skimpy bikini she was wearing near Spencer's face, was out of order. He thought so as well, apparently because he looked into the camera. NAC is a superb actor. He doesn't do that. Big mistake you've been making since Sprina left the Haunted Star story, which was a great success because of hashtag Sprina's fabulous ending. She also says, well, that's it. Well, thank you so much for your comments, Sandra. Sandra, you know what I wish? I wish Trina goes over to Spencer's place and goes into the bedroom and close the door. I bet Esme would jump out of the window. If she has amnesia, she should be focusing on how to get her memory back. But she's using the same playbook she did as when she had her memory back. She is so jealous of Trina. Thanks for commenting. Sabrina Hughes commented, yes, well said. Thank you for that, Sabrina. Cindy's Chris says, Valentine with his background would never be so sloppy. He left that envelope out in plain view and then went to take a shower. He let Anna overhear part of his conversation with Martin. He then told her the opposite of what Martin said, knowing she would hear it. The ELQ was easy to verify. It seems he deliberately wants her to investigate something without coming out and telling her. Thank you so much for that, Cindis. Cindis, I can't figure Valentine out. Does he want to harm Anna? Another example of the terrible writing. Thank you so much. Aisha Martowi Joyho writes, why didn't Sonny just take care of getting Drew out of solitary, since that would be in keeping with his pledge to protect Drew in Pentonville? He didn't need to run it by Carly. Of course she would want Drew out of solitary, but he did so to put her in the position of having to ask for and accept his offer of help, going on to say that he was doing it for her, not Drew, and there were no strings attached, has me suspecting that exact opposite. I'm also wondering if he has connections at Pentonville, why he wasn't the first to let Sam and Carly know about Drew being thrown into solitary. Is he as on top of things as he needs to be? As for Christina's outburst, it perfectly illustrates why Molly would prefer a stranger as a surrogate. Imagine what a pregnant Christina would look like to deal with if there were disagreements. Thank you so much for your comments, Aisha. Aisha, it does appear that Sonny wanted Carly to come to him begging to get Drew out of solitary confinement. I think he wants to strike up the romance, rekindle the romance with Carly. I think he's about tired of Nina. I also think that Sonny wants Carly to be indebted to him by getting Drew out of solitary confinement. And as for your last part of your comment regarding Christina being a surrogate, if Molly and TJ goes that route and selects Christina as a surrogate, I think Christina will keep that baby and she will be more than a handful to deal with. Thank you. In regards to the Friday night trivia, Cinder's Chris says, about half and half this week. Thanks, Daytime Drama Queen. Thank you, Cindis, for playing. The reigning queen of Friday night trivia, Susan Sharp, says she got 5 right. Thanks for playing, Susan. Lucy Lennon says, hey, Daytime Drama Queen. I love GH Friday night game. I got 7 answers correct. Thank you for playing, Lucy. And the queen this week is Sandy Moon. Sandy writes, I got 10 this week. Thanks. Karen Johnson also says, I got 8 right. Well, Royal Family, that's all the time I have for this week's comments. I will be doing another comment video in a few days. Please send me your thoughts, your comments, and your theories, and we will discuss. Until then, this has been the Daytime Drama Queen saying ta-ta.